Scene one, whatever one, take 4.
Dude, I had this weird dream that I'm sleeping in my bed. Most of the time, man, my dreams are waking dreams. I'll wake up, but not really. But I'll just be in my bed and weird things will happen around my bed.
Right.
And one time, this band comes in the front, and I probably stood up in bed and was going like this or some shit. But no one was sleeping with me at the time, so they couldn't see.
Right.
But they walk in, and all of a sudden I'm conducting this marching band. They're playing at me. My name is GRiZ. And I'm a saxophone-playing electronic funk music producer from Detroit, Michigan.
If you didn't know by now, my name is GRiZ, yo, Detroit is free to fucking be home.
Everybody just...
Let me see you get down.
Right, so Rebel Era tour ends, and it's the greatest success of a tour that we've had, just massive positive and awesome response from it. Right after a record ends, you kind of start thinking about what's the next step? Where do we go from here? Musically, what's inspiring? What do you have to do? For this next record, it's we can't use samples anymore. So we have to come at this and give them the familiarity and the same vibe and that same feeling, but have it be 100% original, 100% from the players themselves, from the source. So we had to find what that source was. We want this to sound dusty and old, but beefed up in the new electronic dance music digital realm, to be played in high fidelity systems and in a high fidelity world. Getting off the tour and Josh Hanford, my good friend and photographer on this journey with me, we're just getting into it, talking about the new project, and I'm I'm trying to record all these funk artists and stuff, and he's you've ever heard these guys? I'm sure you're familiar with Will Sessions out in Detroit. He's yo, well, we have to check him out. So we're driving around listening to Will Sessions. I'm man, this is the jam. These guys are the jump off. These guys are amazing. 2 weeks later, I'm still in Detroit and we're just hanging out. Josh and I roll out to Sam Bobian's basement and we just start creating stuff.
You want to just take it back and reduce without losing the integrity of the most amazing things that are happening.
Yeah.
Getting A section, getting B section, and rolling that shit out.
Yeah, totally, man.
And we're all sitting there and it's 1, 2, 3, what do we play? And I'm okay, you're right. A minor, 90 BPMs.
Keep playing? You're flat?
The way that all the studio sessions ran was that we were doing it impromptu, off the cut.
Hey, at some point in this song, I want a battle, like a percussion battle. It'd be fucking dope.
Going into the project, the intention was to record these musicians and get an idea of samples from them, the rhythm part of the song, the stuff that I would sample. get the drummer to start playing something, get the bass player to start playing something. Now we kind of got a cool little groove going, and then you get the guitar player to kind of play something, and you kind of got this little like cool break thing going, and then just like bam, all of a sudden we're recording this crazy stuff, and like I'm sitting there like, this is gold. You know, this is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. Had like my first ever studio experience with a live funk band. And it's just a very powerful feeling to get into a room with a bunch of insanely talented musicians who are just like, man, like let's just play some really cool stuff. It was really, really good to get with the Will Sessions guys in their basement and just like do this really, really raw funk kind of thing. And the stuff we recorded started to really feel like magic. You're actually interacting with sound. And that started to feel really cool.
That like feel, you know? That was dope.
Cool. Sounds like you got a lot in that track.
We could do some horns or something that's like. We need. Oh, can we do that on guitar? Like, just so I have the line.
Dude, I just kind of got the bass line after saying that. It's like.
At that point, we wrapped up the Will Sessions stuff for that week. And finally got a call from my management that was like, hey, we just got off the phone with the people at Daptone Records, and they're really, really interested in the project, and they want to help you facilitate like the dream of this sound, and they want to be the players. And I got on a plane to head out to New York.
This next jam is gonna be the jam of the jams. Like getting somebody else to like riff on your shit, you know, like on your ideas, like creates more ideas. It's really cool.
Oh, exactly.
So instant.
Yeah. It's reputation.
And the first day in Studio G in Brooklyn was like kid in a candy store kind of a thing. All these old compressors and limiters and distortion units and amplifiers and crazy, crazy old analog gear. Stuff straight from the 70s.
So we'll just go like that. And usually I'll start with drums, bass, guitar.
Okay.
And then keys, and then we'll start bringing it horns.
All right.
So let's keep the start just.
Cool.
Members from Budo's band, members from Antibalas, and these amazing Afrobeat guys, and it's just so easy to work with these guys. Like they got it, you know, like this was their style of shit. They're like, man, I know exactly what you want me to play. Okay, word, yeah, more like this, you know, and you're like, exactly. I don't even have to say anything, I just need to give you that look, and all of a sudden you're like, yeah, more like this, right? And you're like, oh, yes, that's my shit.
Hold up.
Now we're back.
Oh, you're back? Okay.
That was tight.
So get him at the 16th. Hey man, let me start you from the top here, and the 8 clicks in.
I wondered, like, as an experiment, if I should just, like, sort of disappear for a little bit and come back with, like, that's my thing.
The New York sessions were great, and every single night I remember going back and like getting cuts from the sessions and like working on the music on the computer just like into the wee hours of the evening.
So this one. That's perfect.
We're getting there. We're getting towards that 60s and 70s like golden era of soul and of funk, and like we're really starting to tap into the magic.